A new statue in Times Square is turning heads. It's making people not only stop and stare, but also reflect, a rare feat in the middle of one of the busiest places in the world.
A big part of our job at the Alliance is to transform not just our public spaces, but our shared understanding of who we are and what we value as a city. Thank you to Thomas J. Price for bringing this powerful and deeply thoughtful work to Times Square, where over 10 million people will have the chance to encounter it, and we're honored to support it.
Here in a space so often dominated by spectacle and commerce, we're invited to pause and reflect on something far more enduring: dignity, presence, and possibility.
Grounded in the Stars is a fictional character created around an emotional framework. So instead of doing a portrait of an individual, she's created from multiple sources and trying to get the viewer to connect emphatically on an emotional level and to try and decide for themselves who this person is, where they might have seen them before, and who they would expect to see at this scale in bronze in a public space. So for me, it's important to start using bronze when I was doing the public works. I wanted to use the same material as the monuments that we were used to, as the monuments that take up our streets and tell us who we're supposed to look up to, quite literally. You know, it's a 12-foot tall sculpture. And I think it's very important. This is a fictional character, but it's a fictional black character. It's a black woman standing proudly, taking up space and really having that freedom that isn't always afforded people who look like us to stand in a public place and just be themselves. And for me, it's really about being human. And so to understand a sculpture, I think it's really important to ask yourself, who do I think this is? Because when you start to answer that question, you're getting the meaning on the purpose of this work, which is to really try to understand who you are. And if you look around at the other sculptures here, the monuments are made from bronze and stone. So it's really about understanding the power and the meaning carried by the material and the size, and then getting to decide for yourself who you think it is.
So Times Square is many things. It's an icon in the popular cultural consciousness. It's a space of celebration. It's a crossroads of free expression. But I think above all, it's really a place where we're telling our stories in real time as individuals and as a public. And so it felt really important to place this artwork in particular into that landscape. In conjunction with Grounded in the Stars, we're also able to present A Midnight Moment by Thomas J. Price, which we rarely get to do. Man series is about half a dozen different faces. It's plasticine sculpted heads that Thomas has created and transformed into stop motion animations that are moving ever so slightly. So very subtle shifts in their gaze and in their facial expressions. And it brings just a completely different, quiet vibration that I think is in conversation with the sculpture on the ground below.
My animations are quite dark and slow. And I think we're really going to notice the change in the lighting, the shift in the feeling. And it will work in tandem with Grounded in the Stars, that it will be a different pace. It will induce people to slow down a little bit. It will encourage people to really reflect and to really embrace staring into the eyes of somebody else, to try and give people an appreciation for what it means to be connected to your emotions.